Hello and welcome. In the previous video, we have studied about the booleans, how a program can make decisions based on boolean value. We have discussed which values are true and which are false. In this lecture, we will learn how to obtain those boolean values using operators. I am Harshvardhan, an artificial intelligence engineer, and you are watching another WebGuy YouTube channel. Today, we are going to learn about operators in Python. So, roll up the intro and let's get started. And if you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Operators are used to perform operation on variables and values. They return us either true or false, that means boolean values. Arithmetic operators are used with numeric values to perform common mathematical operations. For example, addition. We have 2 plus 2, that is 4. Or we can do x is equals to 2, y is equals to 4, then x plus y. Output is 6. Then we have subtraction. I will say x is equals to 5, y is equals to 3, then x minus y. Output is 2. For multiplication, we can do 5 multiplied by 5, 25. This asterisk sign represents the multiplication. I should mention this here, asterisk. Then we have division. 5 divided by 5. Output is 1.0. Here you have to note that the type of this output is float type, not the int type. So there is implicit conversion of data type from int to float. Then we have modulo operator. For example, 5 mod 2. Output is 1. It returns us the remainder. When you divide 5 with 2, what is the remainder? Remainder is 1. This will be helpful when you try to determine whether a given number is odd or even. Then we have exponent. The 2 asterisk sign represents the exponent. For example, 2 to the power 2, which is 4. Then we have floor division. For this, we will use double slash. For example, the floor division rounds the result down to the nearest whole number. For example, 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So it is rounded to 2. I would like to talk about this 1.0, the implicit conversion of data type. If you divide 5 by 5, the output should be 1, which is an integer. But when you divide, the Python interpreter automatically converts it to float type rather than keeping it in the int type. That means in any other language, you will find that when you divide 5 by 5, you will get output of 1. But Python itself converts that 1 to 1.0. That means from integer type to float type. This is called implicit conversion. If you have to do, for example, float of 1, you will get 1.0. This is called explicit conversion. For assignment of values to a variable, we will use equal to operator, which is an assignment operator. For example, x is equals to 5. So this is the assignment operator. We have used this operator to assign value 5 to x. You can use various shorthand techniques for these multiplication, division, modulo or all the operators to assign a value to a variable. For example, x is equals to x plus 3. Let's check the value of x, it's 8. Now I will redo the same thing. I will say x is 5 and I will do x plus equals to 3 and check the value of x, it's 8. This statement can be written in this form also. That means this statement is same as x equals to x plus 3. Oops. Yes. You can use the similar techniques for various type of operators. For example, x is equals to 4, x minus equals to 3, then print x. It's 1. This statement is same as x equals to x minus of 3. We have same technique for multiplication, division, modulus, floor division and exponent also. For example, let's print the value of x. It's 4. So this is equal to, or you can say this statement is same as x equals to x to the power 2. Comparison operators are used to compare two values. You know some of them if you have covered the Boolean lecture. So here at first we will use equal to. That means whether 2 is equal to 2 or not. That's true. Then we have check whether not equal to. For example, 2 is not equal to 2. Here double equal to sign means check whether this value is equal to this value or not. Here this exclamation mark and then equal to means whether this 2 is equal to this or not. If not, then it will say true, otherwise it will print false. Then we have greater than and less than. For example, 3 is greater than 2. That's true. And 2 is less than 3. That's true. We have to check whether a particular value is greater than or equal to a particular value or not. For example, we will check whether y is greater than or equal to x or not. Yes, that's true because y is 5, x is 3, so y is greater than x. Now I will say y is 3. It's again true because y is same as that of x, which is 3. Similarly, we have less than. Or equal to. X is equals to 3, y is equals to 2. Check whether y is less than equal to x or not. Yes, that's true. Why? Because y is, which is 2, less than 3, which is x. Or we can now say 3. Here y is equals to x, which is 3. Then we have Python logical operators. These logical operators are used to combine the conditional statements. What are these conditional statements? These are the conditional statements that gives you either true or false values are the conditional statements. So we have and, or, not as logical operators. So we will try them. I'll say 5 is greater than 3 and 2 is equal to 2. That's true because 5 is greater than 3 and also 2 is greater than 2. This AND statement returns you true only when both of the statements are true. If this is true and this is true, then only you will get true. Otherwise, you will get false. For example, 5 is less than 3 and 2 is equals to 2. You will get false, or I will say 5 greater than 3 and 2 less than 2. That's again false because 2 is not less than 2. It's equal to 2. Similarly, we have OR. That means 5 is greater than 3 or 2 is greater than 7. That's true because one of the condition, here we have two conditions and we need only one condition to be true. Here 5 is greater than true. That's why the output is true. Or we can say 5 is less than 3 or 2 is less than 7. That will also give you true. Or you can say 5 is greater than 3 or 2 is less than 7. Oops. 2 is less than 7. That's also true. So in OR condition, one of the conditions need to be true. Then only you will get the output of true. Next one is NOT. Here we have to convert or reverse the result. That means if the output is false, it will convert it to true. If the output is true, it will convert it to false. For example, 5 is greater than 3. That is true. Now I will use NOT for them and I will get false. It has just reversed the output. The output for this was true and it has been reversed to false. Or 5 is less than 3. That was false. I will use NOT. It's true. Identity operators are used to compare the objects, not if they are equal, but if they are actually the same object with the same memory location. For example, x is 2 and I will say x is x. That's true. And I will now say x is 2, y is 2. I have to check x is y. That's true because x is also 2, y is also true. That's why we got a true. We can also say x is not y. This is false because both of them are same. But if we have condition like this, x is 3, y is 4, and I will say x is not y. Then it's true because x is 3, y is 4. They are not same. That's why we got the value true. Yes, x is not equal to y. The membership operators are used to test if a sequence is presented in an object. For example, you have a list x is equals to 1, 2, 3 and you want to check whether 1 is in x or not. That's true because 1 is present in this. You can also check for 2. That's true. You can also check for 3. That's true because 1, 2, 3, all of the elements are present in this x. But if you check for 4, no, that's not present in this list. So you will get false. Or we can say 4 not in x. That's true. Yes, because 4 is not in this list of x. So we got true because it is asking whether 4 is in x or not. No, it is not. That's why it's true. So That's all. See you in the next lecture.